Hello, and welcome to my channel. I am Damien Marie AtHope. In the simplest terms, I am an atheist, humanist, philosopher, and prehistorical writer-researcher at DamienMarieAtHope.com. I am specifically an axiological atheist. An axiological atheism can be thought to involve ethical and value theory reasoned and moral argument driven apatheism, ignosticism, atheism, anti-theism, anti-religionism, secularism, and humanism. Axiological atheists can be understood as a value theory or a value science atheist. As an axiological atheism's ethically reasoned and constructive pro-humanity. I am an axiological thinker, value theorist. The science of goodness, worthiness, usefulness, valuableness, virtue, reliableness, accuracy, validity, morality, integrity, beneficialness, etc., etc. We axiologists have a value consciousness. And in general, we see the architecture of humanistic humanitarianism value in people that we see as dignity beings. Places and things are not. Axiology is a value theory. In its broadest sense, it involves areas of philosophy that are deemed to encompass some evaluative or evaluation aspect. Therefore, it crosses almost all domains in some way or another. Now for a more detailed terms as to what I am. I am an axiological atheist, an anti-theist, an anti-religionist, secularist, humanist, rationalist, writer, artist, poet, philosopher, advocate, activist with schooling in psychology, sociology, as well as I am an autodidact, self-taught in science, archaeology, anthropology, and philosophy. I promote science and am against pseudoscience, pseudo-history, pseudo-morality, things that are found in religion. I support realism, axiology, of course, liberty, justice, ethics. I am also an anarchist socialist. I support Anarchism and socialism, progressivism, liberalism, philosophy, psychology, archaeology, and anthropology, advocating for sexual, gender, child, secular, LGBTQIA+, race, class rights, and equality. So if you can guess from all that, I support or challenge that I have an eclectic variety of videos on a variety of topics. Please take time to check them out, as well as if you enjoy them, please give them a like. And don't forget to subscribe, as new things are on their way all the time for my channel.
Okay. Hi, this is Damien Marie AtHope, and I am an axiological atheist, which can simply be understood as a value theory or a value science atheist. I am a philosopher, so I am a value theorist, because I don't use calculus and math that you have to use to be a formal axiologist or what's called a scientific axiologist. So I don't use math, so I can't ever, no matter how, my stuff is good, but no matter how good it is, it will not be scientific axiology because it doesn't use math. But anyways, I'm here today, just off the top of my head, because I know that I talk about all kinds of stuff and different philosophy people's never heard of. And so I just wanted to just explain it a little bit, because I know sometimes I say it real fast and everyone's like, what the hell is that? I don't know any of that. But I also want to say it today, I'm here with a guest, and this person is another leader, and I'm really proud that we're, collaborating on stuff together. So go ahead and tell us a little bit about you, and then we'll talk about history.
Okay, my name is Deanna Lawlis. I am a former evangelical of 23 years. I have been removed from the church for a total of 11 years, and I am no longer a believer. I'm an anti-religionist, and so I have a book out that's called "Of Ashes and Embers: Exploring Self-Awareness After Spiritual Trauma." And that book was released in order. It's kind of like my own story of how I was able to deconstruct from the religious indoctrination. And I released that book in last year. Actually, I released that book in order to help others who are newly coming out of that situation to be able to kind of, it's more like a step down, it helps them step through the process, not just the grief process, but also the logical process that has to transpire. And when you end up leaving any religion like that.
Right,
So,
right. You got to deconvert yourself. It's what I feel. I mean, because people feel like they just go, well, I stopped believing in God, everything is done. Oh, horseshit.
right.
Nothing is done. It's like the people that have a car that's just beaten to all shit. And they go and they just spray over the rust and think like somehow now the car is magically fixed or some dumb shit. You're like, no, that's not fixing the problem.
No.
That's what the hell? But so yeah, so just removing, that's how I feel too. Just removing the God, that doesn't really do anything. All you've done is you've taken one step into logic.
Right. And initially, many people don't remove the God first. And, that comes later after researching, that comes later. So, and then also logically making sense of what is in their surroundings, the tangible things. You no longer correlate what's tangible with a spiritual connection. And so then you begin to understand, wait a minute, all of this that we've been taught about this idea of a creator is happening whether that creator is in that logical idea or not. So like, for instance, you get a promotion at work while you're a believer, and then you're no longer a believer and you get another promotion at work. Either way, it still continues to go on. It's just a difference of believing that it's your efforts versus, correlating it with some supernatural being.
Well, it also, religion demands a very odd kind of illogic.
It does.
And what I'm referring to specifically is it requires you to give God all credit for everything good, but no condemnation for anything bad. I mean, it's the greatest thing in the fucking world. It sounds like abuser 101. Everything I do is glorified. Nothing I do can ever be, brought up as a problem.
Yeah.
It's like I said, this one person, I said, hold on a second. I am an axiologist. Everything is about value. Everything. So that people don't grasp. It's not like I am an atheist. I'm an axiologist, and my conclusion of addressing the proposition of God is that it's atheism. But I tried to explain this to Matt Dillahunty, which he's also a philosopher in the atheist community. And because he said he didn't understand that I said everything starts as an axiologist. Everything starts in I don't know. Because you cannot start in not, what are you fucking born knowing? That's why I said to him, I said, Matt, because he was trying to argue, I said, Matt Dillahunty skeptic is out in space, no pre-knowledge, and does not see any reference. You're so far in the middle of space, there's no planets, no nothing. What would you know, or do you know, Matt? And he said, I would know nothing. I said, see, that's where axiology starts. You do not ethically start with I know. What the heck? How do you know? What do you mean you know? You don't start with. That's why it's so ridiculous that sorry, I don't have to get intense, but it really street preachers, because believe me, I've had to fight them. I do street activism all the time. I'm going to end it soon. But I mean, I've gone out there and argued inches from their face.
Yeah.
And in fact, one guy came, he's going to punch me. And I said, videotape. He's a Marine. He came running at me. How dare I go to a veterans thing and hold a sign that says atheism is good? That's it. No religion is terrible. God is no toxic anything. Just made a comment. And then he said, and I said, excuse me. My grandfather was agnostic and died in World War II. Are you saying he has no right to representation? I just heard them say, thank God, and prayed. Everybody prayed. And it's a military thing, so it's supposed to be secular, and yet you bring God. I said nothing. All I hold a sign, and the sign is so offensive. You tell me, how dare I on people's special day of death remembrance? And then I tell you, well, what about the atheists and agnostics that also need remembrance? Fuck you.
Right.
That's what I say. Fuck you.
Yeah. Agree.
I'll say it for my grandfather. Go fuck yourself. Every atheist has as much representation as you fucking God believers. And the fact that you don't grasp that is disgusting morality.
Yeah.
To me.
Right. No, listen, I sat through 2 preaching messages a couple days ago, literally just listening to a preacher. The congregants are being built up to believe that they are superior, literally being built up to believe that in the name of Jesus Christ, they are superior to all other people.
I totally get it, because I was so delusional. I mean, seriously, this isn't even a joke, because I know it'll sound like it can't be true. But I was in a plane, right? And we were flying somewhere, and this piece fell on the lady next to me. It kind of like startled both of us, but it scared like the living shit out of the lady. She was in her mind, the whole plane's going to crash. Because this one plastic thing fell off, Whole plane's going to crash. She was like panicking and I said, listen, lady, you need to understand something. God has a plan for my life. And I'm not done. So because of that, you are lucky to sit next to me. This plane, I don't care if it falls out of the sky, I will live, because of God has a plan for my life. So I'm just saying, I was so delusional. I thought that a plane could crash the sky, but Jesus would make sure that one seat is okay. I mean, so I did really outlandishly crazy shit. And everything too, my family thought by 2000, the world was going to end. Jesus was coming back. So I didn't even go to college at first, because why? The fucking world was going to end.
Yeah.
So I mean, religion just stifles your humanity. It stifles your, just like, and they go, no, it doesn't. It brightens your humanity. I go,
it doesn't.
Let's see. Is genocide a good thing?
Right.
Well, no, of course it's terrible. So someone who genocided an entire planet would automatically, you agree, not good person. Oh, well, but you're talking about God, I think, with the flood. And that's totally different, because it's God. And I'm like, why is it different?
Exactly.
So you see the sick morality? Oh, another thing, too. I have a video with this freaking dude on the video. He's a Christian, argues with me that slavery of his daughter, selling her if he's poor, because it says it in the Bible that you can do this. A father can sell a daughter, to the whatever guy, and then if the guy sells her back or whatever. So he literally wanted to defend the disgusting part of the Bible. So he's like, because I go, well, hold on, sir. You're not, because I was hoping his humanity, because I'm good at like messing with people with their humanity. So, sir, but you would say, I know you're all intense, but you would say, right, that God wants good things, right? I mean, that's so how does that equate to your behavior? And then we're saying something like that. I brought up the verse, or I didn't know the verse, but he knew what I'm talking about. I said, what about the verse where you can sell your daughter into sexual slavery? I mean, what could be more disgusting than that, right? What kind of a violation of humanity? And he goes, well, that's not true, because you have to understand. I would do that. And I was like, what? And he's like, oh, yeah, because I mean, listen, hold on, you understand? I'm just thinking, this is why I hate religion. It is so fucking toxic. This
It is.
idiot telling me, selling his daughter, his human being that is own rights. Somehow you've moved all her rights and sell her to another person for sex. Is this? Wow. I told him to his face on the video, even. This is good. People go watch it. It says dropping atheist bombs of morality on and showing God wrong. That's the name of the video or something like that. But I tell him, you disgust me. Said right to his face. He didn't even fight back because, I mean, how's he going to fight back? Yeah, I'll sell my daughter into sexual slavery. I mean, how could you possibly feel like morally superior at that point? Yeah, I mean, anyways, I didn't mean
that, Damien, is the fact that people call this scripture God's breathed word, and they totally believe that it was sent by God, and they're standing on it as though this is the next move we're going to make. So that should be a concern, you know.
And that's why I have devoted my life. I was in school in for counseling. I'm very gifted. I mean, I was blowing everybody away. Every teacher in the school, except maybe one or two, were even close to me. I was still better than them. Counseling, even though they're not only trained professionally, they've been teaching for 15 or 20 years, I would still beat them every day. I could get people to change like that. 15 minutes of me, you're already changed. I mean, unbelievable when I really tried. But you know what? I gave up millions or thousands or whatever you want to say, or a life of success. And 7 classes into my master's, I started realizing there is because, they keep teaching you class, but they keep telling me this bullshit about, well, religion is good and, make sure you integrate it. And I'm just like wanting to, and I never hear how we help an atheist. And I asked them, okay, let's assume this is all fine, which I don't totally agree with that, but some of that I don't think is fine. But let's assume it is. Like if someone's cutting himself, do you go, okay, yeah, just keep doing that? I mean, really, some behaviors, to me, you should be going, these are self-harm behaviors and probably not the best thing for you to do. And though I wouldn't tell people they can't do things because I'm an anarchist, I try to advise things on what's healthy and more preferable behavior. So, and I feel like that a lot of people simply give up. I believe we can reason with people. I've done it. I've done it to drunk people, to people that are addicts, to people. I mean, they want to keep being an addict, but I reason with them into realizing that maybe they should not be an addict. And to me, it's not that I don't get. It's not that I want to glorify me. In fact, I don't. I fucking hate. Don't worship me ever. Fucking hate that bullshit. What I'm trying to do, I'm a teacher. I just want to give you knowledge. What I can't believe is how few people want to learn from it. It truly blows my fucking mind. Even in the class, right? So this is how the kids. So I told you, sorry, not kids, adults. I was being a dick. I shouldn't be that way. Sorry. The other adults, because they were adults. But to me, their behaviors. In fact, they wouldn't even argue with me in the class, and I challenged their behavior, and then they had to admit that they were a professional and trained. I had no schooling or nothing, barely even passed high school. And I'm like totally dominating everything and shaming them because, see, one thing that I do that a lot of people don't get, they think it's not powerful. Man, my way is so powerful, you don't even understand. I have a key into your mind. Nobody can stop me. Nobody. Because, see, I understand. And that's what I'm trying to teach. And not to hurt people, because it helped them. Everybody is ego. Just think of that. This fragile ego. And I could at any time poke that motherfucker. Poke it, push it, bang it, move it, do whatever I want to it. Because that's the internal weakness that everybody has. And I just play whatever I want with it. Right? But I don't do that. You notice that. I don't go around hurting people. I have the ability to blast almost anybody. Like I said, was so high in my class, right? This was not to brag, but just to say, to get to the point, I was so high in my class, they complained that they had to take class with me, that it wasn't fair. They actually said that out loud. An adult said to the teacher, "It's not fair that we have to take this class with the likes of Damien." And I thought, see, that's where I'm so different. If I see a gifted person, I don't go, oh no, I'm challenged. I think, fucking cool, a friend.
Yeah.
Somebody who can think great. Maybe we can collaborate and even do better than I alone could ever do. In fact, that's what my whole book, like you said, you've said before that I'm good at, knowledge of prehistory. Yeah, people, I'm the best in the world. Fucking best. Anybody that doesn't believe that archaeology is history, whatever the fuck, come on and try me. I fucking know more than you. Guaranteed. And the fact, 1,000%. This is why. I know everything from 1 million years ago across the entire planet all the way to 4,000. Everywhere. Every country. Everywhere. From Australia to, Finland to everywhere. China. I have researched because that wanted to find out what really fucking happened.
And if you don't believe him, research him on Twitter and any other social media account he's got, because he is full of information.
Yeah, no, I'm the real fucking deal. I make archaeologists and historians like minds like just drip out of their brains. I mean, out of their head. I mean, their eyes are just like, what? What? Fuck! I mean, yeah, my stuff is what's crazy. This is what's crazy. They see one or two, right, and at first they're like, "Oh, well, I don't know. Those are pretty fucking strong claims." And they see a couple more. Wow, these are really good. Damn, I need to post these on my account.
Yeah,
I need to fucking research these. What the fuck? Yeah, they're like, how do you know all this? They're like, in fact, this one historian who ended up blocking me at LinkedIn. Because first she tried to challenge me. And I was like, and I admit, just so she knows, in case she ever hears, I apologize. My mom had died. It'd only been like 2 months. And I was like, not good in the head. So I know I didn't say anything directly bad about you, but I know I was toxic in my behavior, and I apologize. So I don't remember your name, but you're a historian on LinkedIn, and you blocked me. Not too many of them do. They're usually like the one in, there was someone who's religious. This is to show people. This dude is religious, and he is the assistant. Can't remember, but it's something like the Department of Egyptian Affairs, Antiquity, something. Can't remember. But it's like part of the Egyptian government for researching archaeology, basically, just to make it more simple for people. Because it was very complicated, but that's basically what it's. So he's actually religious, probably Muslim, right? He's not a friend of atheists. He barely even knew me on LinkedIn, right? So it wasn't like he was like some fan. But what I had showed him blew his mind so much, he shared it on his personal account. I have a screenshot of it because I was like, "Oh, fuck yes." Because it's just people. Well, because the reason I'm saying it's not because I took a screenshot, not because I feel like nobody would believe me. Because if you look at my stuff, you would believe. But just in case someone still thinks that I'm not true, I can show it to you. And I have plenty of archaeologists, but I know one who is an archaeologist and a professor and a writer, and he follows me and he thinks I'm cool, shares my shit all the time. So but like you said, the only people that think I don't know things are people who never read my blogs. You read 2 or 3 or 4 of my blogs, you won't ask any more questions except, Damien, could you explain some more? You get that I know.
Yeah.
But I also wanted to say that knowing or doing does not change human value. I am no more valuable than you or anyone.
Right.
That somehow, because it's capitalist, and that's why I'll go into all that in a second. But that's why to me it's capitalist, because capitalist starts us with the idea that our value is not innate.
Right.
Which is fucking crazy. What do you mean it's not innate?
Right.
If it's not innate, what the fuck? Then we have no inalienable rights, is what you're saying. And capitalists would say, now you understand. We don't want you to have inalienable rights.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what people understand too. I don't care what you don't like socialists, whatever. I want to hear somebody defend the unethical thing of stealing someone's wages. Because like capitalism could make money and still pay someone their full wage. I mean, it's not, seriously. Like what I want to say is like a worker, say, makes $30 worth of wage, okay, for the company. So then you have 30 workers, you have 30, 30, 30, 30, all, multiplied. And then they take that as profit. That's fucking theft. You are stealing from the smallest, the weakest. What kind of fucking scum does that? Imagine if you had a pizza, whole bunch of starving kids, and you're like, you know what? This 1 billion over here, I'm gonna give them the whole pizza and give you shit nothing.
Right.
That's capitalism. It's fucking immoral. It's all shit to me. So to me, that's why people don't get it. I'm an axiologist. Everything is about morality. Everything is about values. So everything is about worth, truth. Because in axiology, when you see value, think of it like a package of a whole bunch of stuff. Truth is a value, in a sense, because truth is a value judgment. Like I say, oh, this is true. What I'm saying is I've reached a conclusion that what that is must be supported in some way high enough, epistemic, that it's reasonable and supportable to call it this word called truth, which means that it's accurate. And if I'm saying it's accurate, I've just made a claim that requires a burden of proof, which is the justification it should have had before you even said it.
Right. Right. Just because you say that it's truth doesn't mean it's the truth, and not you specifically, but the truth is thrown around so much today. Just because it said it's truth doesn't mean that it's truth. Muslims believe that their God is just as much the God, is just as much the God as Christians believe that their God is just as much the God, and they're both saying that's the truth.
Right. And so one thing that I try to do, and if you watch my videos, I have 3 videos about how to be an atheist activist. I explain, and really, if you learn that stuff, it is so beneficial for you, believe me. It'll affect your whole life. It'll be almost like self-help, but that's not what it's for, but it will do that anyways. Because believe me, once you get this skill that you can't like and won't just limit it to people that you don't like, you'll start going, I actually use it for my good stuff too. It can do good stuff better and then also attack the bad stuff. Fuck, I can use this everywhere. So once you learn my style, you'll start using it all in your life. In fact, it is so powerful. The person I was teaching, right, knew shit. Never like you don't know about my style, really. I haven't explained it to you in other words. Maybe you read. I don't know what you've read or listened to. So maybe I shouldn't talk.
I've
See, that's one thing.
reading and reading and
reading.
reading.
But I'm just saying that I wanted to make a point that it is good behavior of a leader to correct themselves in public often and do it with no shame at all. That is a leader. A leader does not, I can't say sorry. No, that is not a leader. No, that is a person who's being led by their ego.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, once again, which is the thing that everybody has that Damien could pick up and just go, woo-hoo. Because I know how to do that. Because it's your weakness. People don't get it. It's just social error. It's not good. That's why I post memes all the time. Fucking fools love ego because it will destroy your life. In fact, there's one guy. It's just to give you a thing, and I won't even out him as who he is. Just talking to him random, right? Privately, me and him. And I was saying, well, about like I like to just be normal. So there was almost what I just said about ego and stuff. I said similar shit because it's so important to me. People don't get it's so important. Why? Because I know if you can let ego go, you will empower your life like never before. But people don't want to do that. But anyways, so I said this to him about ego, which I like to stamp on ego and kick it to the ass, constantly. So he didn't like that. And I can already tell guys, especially guys, you see them, they're getting like, I was like, yeah, fools have egos. And he's like, because he has an ego versus, it's right. And that's the problem, though. Look at this guy. I just barely talking about something. It's driving him fucking nuts. And I never even just mentioned his name. I didn't say him personally. I didn't. But ego is so fucking sensitive and weak. And then I always go, I'm so strong. You are so weak. Oh my God. And the biggest dude is the weakest fucking fool because of their ego. Anybody can just come, go, boop. So the point I try to say is, though, that's for us. The best atheist activist is egoless. Egoless, nothing. I try to tell people that I try to be like a ghost. So not there, ego-wise, that nothing you say can hurt me, can do anything. It's like it just passes through me. I'm not even there. So that's about philosophy. I want to get into also about prehistory. So the one thing that I do in prehistory, I sent you something, right? Remember? I sent you, well, actually, I sent you shitloads of stuff. It's about spam your ass. But because I like doing that. People understand too. I am a sociopath. I kind of do suffer from mental illness. So I'm doing the best I can. Sometimes appropriate behavior. Well, I'm just saying that appropriate behaviors in my name, kind of. I try. But anyways, so it's also why I've been ticked off. Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, I fucking forever. Yeah, because I'm so good at appropriate behavior. Anyways. Well, but see, do I do harmful behavior? No, I try very hard to be kind. So it's still, though, inappropriate because I do stuff and say stuff and show stuff that makes people offended. And so then I get kicked the fuck off. But I understand. I'm like a lot of people, they fucking whine. Oh, cancel culture. Hey, maybe you're just a dick. Maybe you fucking should have been canceled.
Right.
Sometimes, for me too, I gotta say, well, Damien, people are so weird. When I get like brunted with stuff, the first thing I think as a rationalist is not to feel it's wrong, is to go, is it empty? Does it have merit? No matter who the fuck said it. Like you say, if you hated me, Damien, you're a fucking bully. And I would think, am I? Because that's the kind of person I am. Instead of feeling attacked, in other words, like, you can't attack me. People try to attack me all the time. I just laugh. They can call me faggot. They can call me fucking whatever they want. I was like, whatever. I'm not. So, but it means zero to me because I have no ego. So they say stuff and blah blah blah, stupid mental. I just yeah. I don't even answer them because I don't even defend it. You know why? Because it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
And you're gay. And well, you let your wife fuck men or something, or whatever, some dumb shit, or you're fucking stupid, or yeah, you have no intelligence. I just laugh. I have 135 IQ, whatever.
Yeah.
But so the thing I sent you, the last one, because I sent you tons of stuff. The last one is about Native Americans, because I wanted to show you that's how I figured out the Native Americans were connected to the Asians, all the way to the Turkey. And pottery and everything else was basically by looking at the thing I sent, which that doesn't mean if you look at it, you'll grasp the same things I do, obviously. And I did make it small, so it's hard to see. I was just showing you a reference that what I did and what I tell people when you research, like say if you said China, okay, and you made a claim, China had, a 100-foot pyramid, 8,000 years ago. And I don't know that because the only one I know is 5,000. So you're saying 8,000. That would be cool as fuck. But I don't believe you. But see, here's the thing. I'm not really skeptical. I don't doubt you. What I do axiologically is start at what? I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I go research. So the first thing I would do is look in the region that you're talking about. And I would put in the region's name and just write archaeology, just to show people how I would do things. So maybe if you get in the same circumstance, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. I'm teaching you techniques that I do. So So in other words, they'll say, "Oh, it was in Zhangjiang, China." I'm not saying the names right. Even though I know areas, people, I actually not care. It's because of sociopath. It's really hard for me to care about names. Oh, fuck, gives a fuck. It's just too much bullshit. But it's my personality sometimes gets in the way of me learning. Such as people know, I'm not saying that's a good thing. That's mental illness, and I have to deal with it. It's not. I do not have an attitude that wants to learn. I have an attitude that wants to punch you in the fucking face. So, well, I'm just being. I know, and I'm not being mean to you personally. I'm just trying to tell people, like, honestly, because they went online like, "Oh, you must just be the most wonderful person." Yes, but I'm also kind of intense. So, I'm not because they always go, "Oh, you're a big teddy bear," and I'm like, more like Hellboy. That would be better. I am a motherfucking demon, but I'm here to help you. I know when I saw that movie, I fucking cried. I was with my mom, and she was religious. But she came because I said, "Mom, I want you to see this. This is fucking me. You guys turned me into a fucking demon, set to burn the world down. But I turned into Hellboy, and I will fucking save the world." But anyways, so you understand too, because I feel you're the same way. You're a fucking leader. You've come out of the fucking fire. I love people that have come out of the shit. Because I mean, my life was fucking terrible. In fact, people that I can get almost kicked off just explaining all the violence that's happened to me. I mean, kicked off of fucking Twitter or whatever now. That's how bad my life is. So fucked up. I almost can't tell you all the shit that's happened because it will actually you'll need some counseling. I
Yeah,
mean,
right.
it's fucking horrid. That's why I hate people like, "It won't work." I'm like, dude, I am a violent person because of abuse. And yet I'm the kindest fucking person there is.
Yeah.
Don't tell me counseling doesn't work. I had
Yeah.
20 years of counseling. And guess what the result of 20 years of counseling is? The Damien that you see today.
Right.
So don't tell me, because they always, it offends me. Sorry, it just does. When I hear atheists go, "You can't reason people out of things they didn't have reason into." I'm like, oh, then no counseling would work, correct? None. Because nobody comes to counseling because they've been reasoning through their life.
Right.
Like, what the hell? You come because shit has hit the fan. You're not on plan B. You're on plan fucking F. But anyways, let's go back to the history stuff. So the first thing that I did is I look in the region, right? So, and then I see there is no archaeology that mentions 8,000 something. So the next thing I do is I write 8,000 pyramid China. Put that shit in a fucking Google search and I look. And then I put scholarly in case there's some bullshit that maybe does say it. And I go, is there real shit that says it? Because I don't get just your opinion. If that's all there is, just your opinion, I'm done. Trash, go by. I don't take pseudoscience. It's not maybe that I could have been entertained and thought it was, but as soon as I figure out it is, gone.
Right.
So, but I think that's just a reasonable, rational mind, and I think that's what you have to have. You have to let reason be your master. You have to let evidence be your guide. Period. End of story. That's it. That's like people don't understand. This is what I think is hilarious. People, they don't even reason for a second. Okay, so just for a second, if I just told you my whole theory, my theory is, I'll say it simply, right? My theory is, my basic one is that 100,000 years ago in South Africa, that animism, in a sense, was developed. It actually came from the north down. Because one of the archaeologists was trying to tell me, "Oh, it comes from the north." I'm like, yeah. But then it went south, and then went back north. And? But anyways, so 100,000 years ago, every human in the world, right, either went to South Africa, Botswana, with this little tiny refuge, and at the time, and so here's the thing. Some people say there's like maybe 50 people, maybe 1,000, 3,000. That depends, because see, there's this Tobo mountain eruption that happens. I think it's 78 or 75. I can't remember exactly. But it happens and it cools the planet a little bit. And they have a belief that a bunch of people died. And there's some evidence, though, that may not be as bad as people thought. Like some people still live. I don't know. What I do know this, though, for a fact, everybody either came down to South Africa or somehow has touched the people that came back out. Because there's not a person on this planet that is not connected. They have ancestors, all of us, every human alive has an ancestor that was in South Africa 70,000 to 75,000 years ago, somewhere around there. They were down there. Everyone in the entire planet. And that's also why people don't get why everyone has the similar animism to me. Is because we all shared it. We know everyone comes from there. Or if they were stranded, because I never bought, so I felt kind of good they said that maybe not everybody died. I think it was cold enough because it's definitely evident they went south. It was fucking freezing. So a lot of people said, fuck this shit, and went south. Because those people were in Israel 100,000 years ago burying people, I think, learning from the Neanderthals, because they also picked up Neanderthal tools, and then used red ochre, which the Neanderthals had done for 200,000 years. So, time frame, certainly. And use of red ochre actually predates them 300,000. Mm-hmm. So, they're actually copying 300,000-year-old behavior. And they were doing that behavior, I think, even today. They throw red ochre and shit on. That's like a 300,000-year-old behavior. It's fucking foolishness. They just keep doing the same shit. See, because they believe, just so people know, or my reasoned speculations. This is another thing, too, about prehistory. If you don't hear a person show hesitancy in words, hesitancy in their saying anywhere, there's something fucking wrong. I don't believe somebody. If I hear someone talking about history and everything is just confident, like 100, even me. What? Come on. This is what I want to explain, too. And I'm going to do this thoroughly in my book. That's why it's kind of hard. But you understand, my book is so complicated, it's not fucking funny because I explain all of world history and all world religion at the same fucking time. So if I try to do it in one book through it's going to be about 200 and something pictures. But as you've seen, they're actually info, sheets. They're not really someone called them memes. I'm like, they're not memes, dude. And then someone else said, they're not memes. They're no good. I'm like, they were never memes. But so they're actually, those things are the actual art that's going to go in my book in order, though, from one all the way through. But that's not the good part. I'm going to explain all the shit that I think about that. And that's going to make it so good that people in archaeology could use it to go do research because of all my ideas. And in fact, I even have a person out of the blue who does, it's interpretation of rock art archaeologically for, I don't know, Russia or something. I can't read the language. These kids, hey, I'm going to give you my blog. It's like yours. You're so great. Your ideas are amazing. He gives me his blog. The picture is the only thing I can understand because everything else is in, like I said, I don't know, Russian, Poland. I don't know what it is, but it's not English.
So it'll be universal because pictures. So everybody.
So I told him, I said, yes, I can see the pictures. And yes, to me, people understand that when you see certain kinds of symbols, to me, I know what that could be. I see that and I go, shamanism, totemism, there's animism behavior. That's animism thinking, totemism thinking. That's paganistic thinking, because I don't see the world now that I've learned a lot. This is the thing too. Don't assume that because you see the end product, after 15 years of research, that somehow I started with that. You want to know what I started with? I didn't know shit. I didn't even know 5 denominations of Christians. Seriously. If you ask me to name 5 denominations of Christians back then, I was so fucking clueless because religion lets you stupid. And plus, like I said, my family believed don't get any knowledge because God's coming back in 2000. So there was zero knowledge. I wouldn't even ditch school and stuff. My family didn't care. once you get pissed at one time, it's because I didn't just ditch school. I decided, which I'm stupid sometimes, I decided to paint my bike in the living room with no tarp. Because somehow I thought that it wasn't going to go fucking all over the carpet. So, and I ditching school to do this with my other friends. My mom comes and punches me 3 times, punches my friend 2 times, freaking screaming, hollering, going freaking nuts, throws the damn bike in the garbage, freaking gets a knife, it cuts the freaking carpet and pulls it up and throws it out. It says that, all this, and I have to work it off, so I have to buy a new carpet. Anyway, so, my life has got a lot of fun little events that I cause myself. This is what people understand. It's very good to reassess your life. But to me, when people say I'm an intellectual, which I do feel I am, I don't feel it means I'm superior or something to people. I think intellectual can be anybody. Because to me, an intellectual is a mind that, in a sense, investigates itself. In other words, I told this one person, because he's trying to ask me, like, how do you define intellectual? I go, someone that hits their ideas with the same rage that they hit ideas they cannot stand. Now you do that, you're an intellectual. To me. Because you are really thinking. You are so free thinking that you will devastate your own beliefs just as viciously as you would devastate someone else. But most of them, because really, they're cowards. I was kidding.
Kind of where I was at, Damien, when it came to the church, is that if I was going to leave and point a finger in that direction, then I had to also understand that I was a participant. I had to say, well, all the things that I'm feeling hurt about, of course, mine is the major one, but all of the things that I'm feeling really hurt about, I also participated in. When it came to other family members leaving and we being told from the pulpit some skewed reason why they left, I also participated in no longer speaking with these people so that the devil didn't get inside,
Oh, trust me. My mom is so nuts. I don't know if I told you last time, because sometimes you understand. My mind is like just swimming with ideas, like I'm drowning with my thinking. So much thinking. My wife hates it because I think all the time. People, you think I'd be fun to be with? No, no. I'm like that one guy. Adam ruins everything. That's kind of Damien. Damien ruins everything. Because Damien's like, yeah, no, that's not actually true. No, sorry. I'm sorry. People will say shit, even archaeologists, and they'll go, oh, this is the oldest child burial. It's 6,000 years old in Syria. And I'm like, excuse me, Africa has a child burial at 78,000 years ago. Are we not saying Africa matters? I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
And they go,
I'm the same. My brain does never shut off. It's constantly going in. I correlate my brain like a Rubik's cube. I don't stop thinking about something until it's solved.
Right. And the other thing too is I wanted to say that I never see myself as superior to others. This is to me, that is ego.
Right.
I am here to help you. Not just you. I want to help the world. I just want to help. It's not you. I just want to help. And so I think that's a good attitude, though, because when you approach, then let's say that attitude to help, right? So you feel that I want to help, right? I'm just asking you a question, honestly. Do you feel I want to help?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, absolutely. I want to hear that from a religious person. That exact same love for Damien. That Damien is so wonderful as a human being that I will even entertain listening to his ideas of hating God. Which, they do. I've had a lot of people actually convert. And I tell people this. I've had more people convert from my kindness than I ever did from my rage.
Yeah. But I was going to tell you, you can't. There is no possible way that a human can believe that they are superior and remain ground connected with all of humanity.
True. I totally agree with you.
Yeah, there's just no way. Because
I
what
totally
happens
agree.
once you put yourself above thinking that you're anything more than,
Which a lot of people sickeningly
you know,
do.
can step into the shoes of the individual in order to have empathy or compassion.
Yeah. Well, and I try to tell people too, what I have done, why I'm so good, I have hijacked my ability to be a sociopath that would be normally manipulative, toxic, people dominating, or whatever bull crap. And I take them all and I turn them into good things. Massive people helper. I make people feel inspired. I make people feel they're worthwhile. I make people feel equal. Yeah.
Right.
And I could do it in a way that nobody else can because I do it in a sociopath way where I'm actually manipulating you to love yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm just saying, so I'm not, my point is though, I've taken what I just want to show people. I took a weakness of mine and I turned it into one of my greatest strengths. And how I did that, because everyone goes, how could you possibly have done that? And I go, I realized I had to die to my ego. I had to kill it. Just dead. Nothing. Zero. No ego at all. It was only then that I found my humanity. When I lost self, I found everyone else.
It's pretty deep there, Damien.
Well, I didn't say my path is easy. Like I said, mine is the best.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying best is that there can't be equal other best. This is what people don't understand. Let's just say I say I'm the best in the world, right? There could be other people that are also just the best in the world. They could be freaking awesome. I am not. See, this is what people understand. They want to class everything. I don't do that. What the fuck? You're the best. I think you're amazing. I think you have a wonderful passion for people, and that is the best. Let me tell you something. I've seen some smart people that I can't fucking stand. And I've seen people that are mentally retarded or whatever, disabled. I'm not trying to be offensive. Whatever. Right. Have issues. Be the sweetest people that remind me, you know what, fucking humanity is worth fighting for. Because when those dickheads talk, like Trump, I start thinking humanity can go fuck itself. Yeah. When I see an innocent person, like a child, just looking at me and smile with joy and just unbridled innocence, I remember there is something to fight for.
Yeah.
Innocence is worth fighting for.
Yeah.
I don't know what else is.
Yeah.
It's the one thing that is lost so easy.
That's what I meant when I posted this earlier this week, about Christians. Like, some of the things that I hear that comes out of their mouth, of course, I can't say I don't believe that I'm any better than them. I was one of them that said everything they said. So
that's my point too. Yes.
Yeah, but so with that being said, I hear some of the things that come out of their mouth, and it makes me so angry and so disgusted, and sometimes feeling like I want to vomit. I mean, because it's disturbing,
I posted like that, like today, about wanting to vomit at street preachers. Like I said, and I'll say this on the video too, because this is totally how I feel. This won't ever change. I welcome any religious person as my friend, except I will never be friends with a street preacher or any kind of preacher, imam, whatever the fucking leaders. Because to me, you guys are starting the problem or continuing the problem, or unless you change, I'm willing to be friends if you change and not be that.
Yeah.
A regular believer to me is a religious victim.
Mm-hmm.
Will be friend to a religious victim. The religious tormentor can go fuck themselves. I will be nice to you. I will not attack you. I will not hurt you. I don't do any of that shit. I tried not to. But other than that, you can go fuck yourself. You're never going to be my friend. In fact, it almost offended. I remember, no offense to Matt Dillon, he's a good person. He said he would be friends with, I think he said, or he is friends with Ray Comfort. And I almost want to vomit when he said it. That would never fucking happen to me. That dude is a fucking con man. He's a liar for Jesus. I absolutely would not be his friend. I would not be a friend with Donald Trump. He's a fucking scumbag. Put it this way, I would be his friend. This is what I would try to tell people, because someone before questioned me like how I can somehow be a friend sometimes and not. But see, Axiology value judges things. I didn't say I would never be Donald Trump's friend. I would be friendly to him to the point that make him want to change. When I say someone's friend is, I don't require you to change. I'm ready to be everyone else's friend as is. But the ones that are toxic and attacking people, I demand that they change. I don't know. I feel that's completely reasonable. People think that I'm like some asshole. I think that's completely reasonable. If you are hurting people, go fuck yourself. You need to change now.
Right.
Not fucking let's think about it 10 years from now, pray about it. Fucking change now. Pray later. You want to keep praying. Fucking change now. To me, the change you need to do, in case you're not listening correctly, kindness. And you need to do kindness without ego.
Yeah.
See, if I get something out of kindness, it's not really kindness, it's business. It's getting something out of it. When I do kindness, like I'm helping you and I care about everybody, I can do it so freely and make people feel so different than everybody else, is because it's so fucking genuine. I really fucking care. I don't make $1 off this. In fact, I have spent fucking thousands, so everybody knows, flying places, doing stuff, activism, all for free. No one ever paid me. No one ever helped me. I did it all. And I never complained, never put nobody down, still don't do. Because you know what? And also another thing too. Here's the thing. Like I never pick on people who only do online activism. In fact, I feel the exact opposite. Thank you for all you do. I don't understand this shit of like hating activists. Even I've seen some leftists. Oh man, had this big chart of all these ones called soy boys or whatever. I'm thinking, what the fuck is wrong with you? If all you do is point fingers, you have wasted time that you could have given helping hands. This toxic thought, because it really to me comes from capitalism, is this cold, not caring, and then this violence. Like I'm not saying I'm for Antifa, but I'm not for punching people that have not done violence. That to me is absolute horseshit. That is fucking terrorism. What the fuck? But everything else, if somebody protecting others, fucking I'll kill somebody if I have to protect, because I only believe in two kinds of violence: other defense and self-defense. That's it. In the moment that those are not needed, like a person is somehow subdued, then you have to stop.
Right.
That's it. That's how I see things, period. And that means for the rest of their life that I don't believe in the death penalty. Once you have controlled the person, to me, that's the problem. The problem is not them living. The problem is them being out in public causing fucking harm. To me, I'm just saying. Because I also feel like I don't want jails and prisons and cops. And what I really feel is we need to change the whole mentality. It should be everything is mental health. All crime is a mental health issue.
Yes.
Okay? Because just think, are you telling me it's not? Really? So you're saying someone could come to 5 years of training with Damien and then would go out and would be totally the same. I think that is absolute horseshit. You would be so changed, you become a Damien. You'd be out helping people. And this is what two out of understand. I don't want you to be Damien. We don't get this. Never put yourself in competition with others. Your competition every single morning should be, can I be a better me? That's it. So
Agreed.
I'm the best. You understand? You're the best. Every morning you can be the best in the world because you get the best for you. I am the best every single morning for me. Well, not always. Sometimes I pick up and I'm not the best for me. But then I realized it's my fault. I wasn't being the best for me. Look, I deserve the world, right? Why wouldn't it be the best for me? I fucking deserve the world. I do good stuff now. I'm a good person. I've earned, in a sense, which I don't think you have to earn. That's another thing, too, I want to say. I really hate capitalism because it starts with the belief that people are worthless until they've earned something. So a baby is worthless? This thinking is disgusting.
It is disgusting.
You know what I'm saying? You do not come into the world worthless and somehow then only earn by earning capital or whatever. Like, what? You're a fucking full human being at birth. I don't even know what you're talking about.
You're kept in the view of being worthless from that point on, too. So you can be striving to be a great member of society, earning the government money, and you're still considered worthless. There is not enough that you can do.
And there's even songs. What was that one song? How blessed I am, for I am rotten, or whatever, or you know what I'm talking about? There's like a song that says that, something like I'm a wretch, how wretched I am, or whatever.
I know what you're talking. I just can't recall it right now. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't hate religion.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I hear that shit of religion and just immediately start cringing inside.
Yeah.
I mean, people understand. I am a violently ill anti-religionist. I hear religious bullshit stuff. I'm also woo-woo too. Start talking about, like some friend of mine, total logical dude, right? We're all going along, and all of a sudden he says the moon is not, we didn't land there, and I was like, oh my god, dude, what the fuck? Be a rationalist. What is wrong with you? Oh, we didn't land there, and I'm like, how do you know that? Well, I was looking at the. That does not debunk reality. You need to prove that reality is wrong. Reality is that it happened. I've seen pictures. I've seen that they already. In fact, I watched this show just because I like to. Where they took a person who's a scientist who knows about and didn't ask this stuff, and they take a dumbass who thinks they're, I guess, computer NASA, the keyboard master, which I'm kind of too, but you know what? I actually care about what those people that have facts say. I don't invent my things and then use the keyboard to promote myself. I go look at facts and then I understand and share it with you.
Yeah.
So, but it's like there's a bunch of people that I really hate. I will. Irritate. That really irritate the living shit out of me is that pseudo-science, pseudo-history bullshit, like ancient aliens and all that crap. When people even bring that up, I really try hard. So you see online it's fine, but inside I am fucking fuming. I hate that shit.
Yeah.
I try not to be mean. So I know there's a lot of people like it and stuff. Just so you know, and I really am sorry that I'm so aggressive about it. But you understand, I've been listening to and fighting this bullshit, just like a religion. I've been fighting this the whole time. So I am doing this for years. I am irritated. I am fucking sick of hearing it. Where I'm sure they're going, oh, but I just found it. Are you sure? Look at Zachariah Hitchens. I'm like, go look at that name on Wikipedia, and it says pseudoscience, pseudo-history. If that's what you think is where you should get your knowledge, I think you need to check yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you something too about history, right? You've seen some of my stuff. It's revolutionary. I mean, it's fucking shocking. It's awing. It's beyond ancient aliens because I show real humans did some amazing shit. Okay?
Yeah.
The archaeologists, it breaks like half the shit they know. In a sense, I shouldn't say that way. It rearranges it, puts it in a different order than what they think, because they're thinking too low. Everything happened in the fucking steppes in north. Everything was there was like a super highway. Woo 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 woo. Ideas just going across. Warriors are just fucking killing everybody. Yeah, every side is just coming down, raining down like death. Yeah, terrible. But anyways, well, because I feel terrible when Vince. I'm a good person. People that harm others, I'm sorry, are scum. And I'll tell you to your face. In fact, one person said, Damien, you say you won't do that, but you use, scum. I go, yeah, I do. That's the one thing I say. I fucking say it to their face. I tell Nazis to their face. Because someone said, oh, you always say be kind. I said, I'm kind. My real feeling is to punch them just like you say. But instead, I try to talk to them and refer them to how their behavior is unethical and vile. I also use that word besides scum, which I also call them, is vile. I try to address, if you notice those words, I'm addressing their behavior. They can change.
Mm-hmm.
They can be left Well, it can be less like scum, correct? Because I always, and here's another thing too. I always give them the opportunity, right? That's why I'm kind. Because I say, okay, forget all your politics. I have a question for you. Are you a good person who's kind, or are you scum that harms others? I ask them that to their face. So people think that I'm somehow kind to Nazis. I don't know how kind that is, telling them almost they're scum to their frickin' face. And then I just wait there. Let them defend that. Let me hear how Nazism is a good ethical thing for humanity. Please try to defend that. And I will destroy you. And they know it. And that's why it's funny. Well, not always. Sometimes, or most of them, I would say 80% of people, when I ask this one question, this is a power question that Damien does. It's power. Please listen to everything I say. You will become so powerful if you just do it the way I say. So when someone's toxic to you, like, hey, you bitch, you're fucking ugly and old. Who the fuck do you think you are? And you don't respond to any of that bullshit. Talk very calm, or if you're writing, write real calm. Don't see you need to take charge. Don't ever let somebody control you. You take charge. You be a leader. So what you do is, as soon as they say all this bullshit, you stay calm because you are the leader. You're in charge, and they will figure this out very quickly. You tell them, "Are you a good person?" Question mark. Do not say another question. Even if it takes half a year, never say a fucking word. That is the most powerful thing you can say, because you just made a moral judgment on them, and they have to defend themselves. And I'm telling you, it's a dignity attack. Very, very powerful dignity attack. Dignity attacks attack your character, your internal sense of safety and well-being. But they do it in a way that's not a character assassination. In a sense, I allow you the ability to not be that. Are you scum? I haven't said you are. You feel it because you know the answer is yes, I am scum. And so you don't want to answer, Damien. And you crawl inside. I make Nazis squirm. In fact, people understand, I've actually converted Nazis to not be Nazis. In fact, it was really creepy a little bit to me, because there was like 5 of them. Because let me just explain why. Well, just maybe it's odd. Maybe sometimes how I think about things is a little weird. But it felt, as I say, to me, it felt creepy because I don't like followers. In a sense, in the way, well, I don't like copiers. I guess be you, be better because of all the skills I give you, but be you. Don't be copy me.
Right.
Yeah. There's what I try to say to people. Like, and I love your word, because that really kind of, you getting me. You said encyclopedia. Yeah, I am not your leader. I am not your master. I am not somehow some fucking guru for you. I am an encyclopedia. Do you worship encyclopedia? Do you glorify every year encyclopedia? Fuck no. You fucking just use it. So that's all I say. But to get you see, I'm saying I do like that you said that, because I think that you're grasping who I am.
Right.
I just want to be a benefit to the world. I'm just trying to give you so you can be empowered. I am sick of people not being empowered, especially because of money, which goes back to the capitalism. I give it away for free. Do you realize I want to charge $250 for every time someone uses or posts my picture, any of my one, every single time. I have it on my front of my thing, but yet I give it to all of you for free.
Mm-hmm.
You know who I charge? Rich people. I'll make those motherfuckers pay. But poor people, shit, I'll give them some money. Not only will I give them my shit for free, I'll give them money on top of it. And I have. I remember one time I was driving my friend, and we're going to get something at McDonald's because we're going to do activism for atheism and also humanism. I almost never don't do humanism. It's just because it's who I am. But so we were driving to get McDonald's because I wanted to get something to eat. And I see this guy hiding out in the bushes, like, because it was cold, hiding out in the bushes, homeless. And I said, stop the car. I'm going to walk over there and go give him some fucking money. And I just got out of the car and I walked 30 fucking feet, went behind the bush. The dude was scared because I'm big and scary. And I said, dude, I'm not going to hurt you. I'm just going to give you $40. And that's it. I'm not trying to sell you, do anything. I was going to give it to you. I'm going to go back. I'm hungry. I'm going to go get something to eat. So I just go here and I gave him the money and I just went back to the thing. My friend goes, man, fucking amazing. I said, no, I don't want you to see that. What I want you to do is feel I need to give to. I want you to feel, don't glorify me, glorify giving, glorify kindness, not Damien. So the same thing with the knowledge. I love that you said it about encyclopedia. Don't glorify my knowledge. Learn from it and learn more. Go out and help people. It's not for you to say, oh, wonderful me. No, I want you all to become powerful so it's wonderful everyone. Not in the sense of that you become the greatest atheist, but wonderful everyone, that humanity finally stops being barbaric. Even if everyone's still religious, you know what I really hope more than anything? We're stop barbaric. We get a kind world where science fucking matters. Fuck you. Okay, fine. You have religion. You believe in fairy tales. It's like saying, I have a stamp collection. Cool, bro. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? So I that's how I feel. If you're religious and you can keep it as your stamp collection, your weird hobby that you like to collect pictures of people's noses or some weird shit, you know what I'm saying? Because go ahead, this is what you do. I'm not putting it down. I don't like people to put people down. As long as you're not hurting people, if you like weird shit, fucking cool. That's you. This just because I don't like something. When did I become the judge of what is good?
Right.
For you. If it's harm others, I can judge because you just entered my realm. But as long as you're around, fuck you, fuck, do what you fucking want. I just think it's ridiculous when people tell other people to do. Like,
Hello, and welcome to my channel. I am Damien Marie AtHope. In the simplest terms, I am an atheist, humanist, philosopher, and prehistorical writer-researcher at DamienMarieAtHope.com. I am specifically an axiological atheist. An axiological atheism can be thought to involve ethical and value theory reasoned and moral argument driven apatheism, ignosticism, atheism, anti-theism, anti-religionism, secularism, and humanism. Axiological atheists can be understood as a value theory or a value science atheist. As an axiological atheism's ethically reasoned and constructive pro-humanity. I am an axiological thinker, value theorist. The science of goodness, worthiness, usefulness, valuableness, virtue, reliableness, accuracy, validity, morality, integrity, beneficialness, etc., etc. We axiologists have a value consciousness. And in general, we see the architecture of humanistic humanitarianism value in people that we see as dignity beings. Places and things are not. Axiology is a value theory. In its broadest sense, it involves areas of philosophy that are deemed to encompass some evaluative or evaluation aspect. Therefore, it crosses almost all domains in some way or another. Now for a more detailed terms as to what I am. I am an axiological atheist, an anti-theist, an anti-religionist, secularist, humanist, rationalist, writer, artist, poet, philosopher, advocate, activist with schooling in psychology, sociology, as well as I am an autodidact, self-taught in science, archaeology, anthropology, and philosophy. I promote science and am against pseudoscience, pseudo-history, pseudo-morality, things that are found in religion. I support realism, axiology, of course, liberty, justice, ethics. I am also an anarchist socialist. I support anarchism and socialism, progressivism, liberalism, philosophy, psychology, archaeology, and anthropology. advocating for sexual, gender, child, secular, LGBTQIA+, race, class rights, and equality. So if you can guess from all that, I support or challenge that I have an eclectic variety of videos on a variety of topics. Please take time to check them out, as well as if you enjoy them, please give them a like. And don't forget to subscribe, as new things are on their way all the time for my channel.